Hello guys, my name is David Fields and you're watching Field Skills. In today's video we're going to talk about long-term food storage. Preparing for those intermediate to longer-term survival scenarios out there. And what food we should store, or I recommend storing, how I'm going about storing it, and a process, a plan to continue and to grow our food stores for those long-term survival situations. Okay guys, let's first talk about the food storage. And what we want to store is based on if you saw the short-term survival food, it's based on a menu that I've developed. And those menus are the basis for the main meal. The supper meal of the day is based on rice and beans or pasta noodles and beans. And how I'm going about storing this food is in 5-gallon buckets. And they make a great storage container for our long-term food storage. And then I have ordered and gotten Mylar bags, and I've also, with that, usually when you order them off Amazon or wherever you might, you're going to get oxygen eliminators with that. And you want to put an oxygen to get the oxygen out of this food and to kind of vacuum seal it there, which if you've got a vacuum sealer, you could store this food that way. Okay. We have our food storage. Macaroni here in the orange tub. I've got the rice over here we're going to seal up today, and my beans. These are a mixture of kidney and pinto beans in here. And let me just give you some idea of what this kind of food will provide for you. Each of these 5-gallon buckets are going to be about 60 cups of either rice, noodles, or beans. 60 per 5-gallon container. So if your serving size per person is a half a cup, say a half a cup of noodles and a half a cup of beans per person, then you have in each of these buckets 120 individual servings of food. So how are we going to seal these? As you can see, I've got the Mylar bags in the buckets, and I filled it up with my food source, these dry goods that we're going to have. And I've got them smoothed out and packed in there good and tight. And what we want to do is seal this with heat. Now there's different ways you can do that. Sealing it, you can use a regular iron and a level or a long piece of wood instead and iron that out flat. But I have a different thing, and please don't I hope my wife doesn't see this video, because this is her flat iron, and this works great for sealing these bags. And all we need to do is get this bag smooth, ready to seal across the top, and I'm going to hold it. Make a couple loops there. Now in these Mylars, there is a glue on the inside of this that heat allows it to seal. And I don't want to seal the whole thing right now because I'm going to put my oxygen absorber in there. But I just take that flat iron, run it across, and that has sealed that up that quick and easy. Then what we're going to do is take our oxygen absorber, and these come vacuum sealed, so there's no oxygen in it. So once you use these, if you don't use the whole pack, you want to get these sealed back up and remove as much oxygen as possible to so these don't go bad. But there is a little indicator on the front of these bags that says these are still good. So we're going to drop that in there. And that is going to absorb the oxygen in this bag. And then what I want to do is remove as much oxygen as possible out of there anyway before I seal the rest of this up, and I just pack that down, get it lined up right there. You can see, grab my wife's flat iron and run that across it a couple times, and that has sealed that up nice and tight, that glue. And I'm going to make one more run. I'm going to take all of this up. Ooh, that is hot. And make one more run down through there. Boom. I have taken and left one of the bags so that I will have the serving sizes, the nutritional facts to that, and I'm just going to take this. These come in boxes, and I'm just going to fold that over and in, fold that down, and lay that right on top so I know when I open that up, I'm going to know what's in it, and I'll have nutritional facts that will help me with that. And then we will take the top and I'll seal that down with a rubber mallet. That thing gets sealed down there good and tight, and we're ready to go. And one of the things that's good, it cost a little more. I think it was about $5 extra for this twist off top. So having a couple of these wouldn't hurt, because you can use the buckets with the twist off tops for when you open one up and get to going. Using these twist off tops, you can seal them up good and tight in there, and have your buckets. I wanted to mention a little bit about what my cost was. Let's say $5 a bucket. You had to go out and buy them like I did with these. My noodles, the boxes of noodles that I bought, I have $12 worth of noodles fills this up. And I got all of this food at the Dollar Tree, the dollar store out there. Rice came, a 2-pound bag for $1. So 2 pounds, there's about 30 pounds of rice in here. $2. I've got about $15 in my rice, $12 in my noodles, and $20 in my beans. They cost a little more. $1 bag of beans was about 1.5 pounds, so I had a little more cost per cost in my beans, made it about $20, but that's the protein source of it. So, and the plan, when you start planning, is do a bucket. Maybe it's once a month. We're planning for the long term and putting this together. So plan and say, all right, I'm going to do a bucket of beans this month. Find you a bucket, scrounge one up, scavenge one, but get you a bucket, some Mylar bags like this, and seal up a bucket of beans one month, or each payday. Next month, our next couple of weeks, you go out, let's do your noodles, get that. $15, spend it, you got a bucket, the bags, boom. You've got a bucket of beans, and then do rice again. And other things that you want to do is your flour mixes. Do a 5-gallon bucket of flour or pancake mix or biscuit type mix. Do it the same way, seal it up. You could do that. Cornmeal, get you a bucket of cornmeal. As you put your plan together and start your preparations for these intermediate to longer term survival, you will have food set aside when you get a list and a plan together on how you want to proceed to build up your food stores for the long-term survival. I end all my videos with a quote from Benjamin Franklin, where Franklin said that by failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. So I hope you'll join me next time as we prepare to succeed in an intermediate to long-term survival situation here on Field Skills.